Thank you very much for being here. We're going to have a lot of fun here tonight. My name is Larry Soffer, and I'm a mentalist. I do magic of the mind. I read minds. I predict the future, bend metal. I do weird and wonderful things. So we're going to get started with a little bit of a warm-up just to get you all into the swing of things, if you'd all agree with that. Yes? Okay, so everybody extend your right arms out like this, and your left arms out like that. And just turn toward me slightly, so this way and this way. That's great. And just raise your arms and lower. And raise. And lower and raise, and thank you so much. I'm just teasing. I'm just kidding with you guys. Everybody go like this, like this. Point your right thumbs down towards the floor, your left thumbs down towards the floor. Cross your arms and come back and cross your fingers. So your pinkies are facing up, your thumbs are facing down, and your arms and your hands are crossed. Don't uncross your fingers, just do this. Now that I got you all warmed up, are you all ready for the show? Yeah. Okay. So, Peter Dreyfuss said that the best way to predict the future is to create it. So I thought on that note I should do a little prediction, and we're going to choose somebody at random, and it's going to be a gentleman. I would like a gentleman to come up and help me with this. So I'm going to throw this paper ball out once, and then you guys are going to throw it twice more, and the gentleman that lands on, or the nearest gentleman to the ball, he will come up and give me a hand. And the reason for throwing it twice more with you guys is so you know that this is truly random. I'm not aiming the ball at anybody. So here we go. Please catch it. Don't let it hit you in the face. Don't do it like that guy. Don't do it like that guy, okay? Or like him. You might want to throw it maybe this way or wherever you like. Okay, cool. Yeah, that was the third throw. Yes. So if you can grab the ball. Yes. And you can come stand up here. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Paul.
Paul. And Paul, do you have a cell phone on you?
Oh, I do.
You do, and you do have airtime, right?
I do, but I'm going to have to put it on,
Okay, cool. If you could switch that on for me. And while you're getting that switched on, Paul, I'm going to ask you to name the first color that comes to your mind. When I snap my fingers, please do so.
Blue.
Say that again.
Blue.
Blue, okay. So, Paul, you and I, we don't know each other, right?
Maybe.
You got chosen at random. I threw the ball once. The ball got thrown twice more. The ball landed on you, Paul. You came up on stage. You got that ball with you in your hand. And I asked you to think of any color that you would like, and you chose the color blue. I asked you to think of any color that you would like, and you chose the color blue. I didn't influence you in any way at all, but you chose blue. Open up that paper ball. Show everybody what it says.
No way. Hey? Huh?
Thank you.
That's incredible.
Thank you very much, Paul. Yeah. And it's amazing that you're wearing the color blue here today as well. That's quite interesting. So Paul, if you had to call somebody, who would you call?
Probably my delicious wife sitting there.
Okay,
she also needs...
Okay, you would also... she can definitely come up and help in the show later on, but you can call somebody who's not here in the room. So if you had to call somebody who isn't here tonight,
who isn't?
Obviously somebody who's still alive.
Probably my little son.
Your little son. Yeah. Okay, cool. And how old is he?
10.
He's 10. So give him a call, or get ready to give him a call. I'm going to have a look into the future, and I'm going to try and perceive a number between 1 and 100 that your son will choose before you even call him here tonight. Does that sound pretty cool?
It's remarkable if you get it right.
Okay, cool. So Paul, please come and stand over here for me. I'm going to have a look into the future and try and perceive a number between 1 and 100 that your son will choose before you even call him. I got something. Paul, I'm going to leave my marker down here on the table. And Paul, you can go ahead, give your son a call, ask him to choose any number that he would like between 1 and 100. He can change his mind as many times as he likes.
So I must just ask him to choose a number. But Sandra, let me speak to Gabriel quickly. Okay, quick, yeah? So I must ask him to choose?
Any number between 1 and 100.
Okay.
He can change his mind as many times as he likes.
Okay, boy, look, I'm here with a famous magician. You have to help me. I'm speaking to you live. You have to choose a number between 1 and 100. You must choose a number between 1 and 100. That's it. Choose between 1 and 100. Give it some thought. What is your number? Anything between 1 and 100. Okay?
You can say it out loud.
15 is the number.
Is there any reason why he chose 15?
Is there any reason you chose 15? The magician wants to know. Jeez, incredible. Huh?
It says he will choose 15.
Okay, well done, boy. Oh, the magician got it right, eh?
Thank you very much, Paul. You can take that home to him. Everybody,
Okay.
Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I'd like to show you something right now that I do over the radio. In fact, what happens is that when you're at home and I'm in the radio station, I make your spoons and forks bend in your home. I make your light bulbs burst, your TV switch on. I even make your car switch off while you're driving on the highway. So all this happens across the telephone while you're at home and I'm in the radio station. So I'm going to give you an example of this here tonight. So everybody watch the lights. I'm just teasing. I've got a fork over here. I don't want to destroy the College of Magic's lights, but you can check out the fork, make sure it's a normal fork. You can pass it around for some other people to inspect as well. Make sure that you're happy with it. You can take as long as you like. I get paid by the hour. Happy? I couldn't decide whether to spoon or fork tonight. I thought forking would be more appropriate. Okay. Thank you. So look, if I take it and I shake it, you can actually see it bending. I'll try and bend a little bit further without touching it. Even further, like in the movie The Matrix. You've all seen The Matrix, right? Do you remember that scene in The Matrix where the little boy, he takes a spoon and he says there is no spoon, and he makes it warp over? Yeah, you remember that? I'm going to try and bend it like in that scene. Let's try. Should we try it with your wife, Paul? I know that you. Yes. Okay. He's open-minded. Okay. Good. This is going to be a lot of fun. Okay. Everybody, give her a hand as she comes up. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Cindy.
Cindy. You can check out the fork. Make sure it's really bent. Make sure it's not an illusion of any sort. Happy? Cindy, if you could pull up your right sleeve there for me, I'm going to straighten up your fork. Yeah, just the right one. Okay, that's good. I know it gets a little bit confusing when you turn around on the stage. Stage left, stage right. Are you an actress? Were you? No? Okay. Aspirations, good. Okay. So you're going to hold on to the fork, Cindy, and you're going to let us know when you feel an energy around your hand, like a tingling kind of sensation. Can you feel that? Yeah? Like a fuzzy sensation? It's warm? Can you feel that building up into slight pressure? Like I'm starting to squeeze your fingers in toward your palm. You can feel that? Tightening? Yes? Okay, good. Now, Cindy, just in case they're not too sure that you're really feeling this, I want you to close your eyes. And whenever I touch you, I would like you to say yes, but nice and loud so everybody can hear. So, Cindy, you're going to do this. Yes, oh yes. No, I'm just kidding. Just a normal yes will do fine. Just a normal yes is fine. Unless you like it the other way around, Cindy, it's up to you. I'm just teasing with you. Close your eyes.
How good you are.
Whatever. Paul said he's open-minded, eh? So close your eyes. Whenever I touch you, just say yes, nice and loud. A little bit louder.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Open up your eyes. Did I touch you? That was great.
Right up there.
You felt that, right?
Yes.
I'm very good at long-distance relationships. What you felt, Cindy, was actually energy passing through into the fork, making it so soft that it actually melts. Tell them what you see. It's twisted like a corkscrew, right? I don't know if you guys can see that, but it actually really is twisted. Now, Paul, could you stand up for me, please? And can you try and untwist that? Can you physically untwist it?
Sorry.
Impossible, right? You'll probably need a vise and some pliers to get that back. Is that right? Thank you very much, everybody. Paul. So, Cindy, you've seen it warp over like this. You've seen it twist. Check this out.
It's all yours now. I don't take any credit.
Well, you get to keep this. Instead of just doing it with one time, I'm going to make this more beautiful for you. That's yours to take home with you.
Thank you so much.
Everybody, Cindy, thank you. So, who likes reading? Okay, so we've got some few people over here, a lady at the back. We've already used you. Let's use the lady at the back over there. Yes? Everybody give her a hand as she comes up. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Sam.
Sam, you can stand on this side for me, please. I've got 3 very dark and mysterious books. Stephen King wrote Song of Susanna. And we've got Dark Harbor by Dan Jennings. And Trinity Rising by Elspeth Cooper. 3 very dark and weird books, and I'm sure you can understand why I chose these. So, Sam, you can grab 2 books.
Okay. Just
Yeah, any 2 that you want. Out of those 2, you can pass me either one. Okay, cool. So that's the one we're going to use. You can leave that one on the table beside you. So Sam, you could have chosen any of these 3 books. In 3 books, we had about 1,300 pages. I think there's about 400 or 500 pages in that one, approximately 450 to 500 in that one. You can just check out how many pages there are in that. 296. So Sam, we're going to break this down even more and make this even more difficult for myself. You can turn to any page that you like. Don't let me know which page you've turned to. Just keep it to yourself. Okay, did you turn to a page? Okay, you got a word? Well, you got a page in front of you, right? Okay, so you've turned to a page. You've got 2 pages with writing, or 1 page with writing, 1 blank page. Which is it? 2 with writing. Okay, so I want you to scan your eyes down those 2 pages, and I want you to choose a nice big word. Make it challenging. The bigger the word, the more impressive it is going to be for everybody. And let me know when you're happy with the word. You can change your mind as many times as you like. It sounds like you've got lots of words to choose from. Okay, you got a word? Cool, you can close up the book, and you can place it down on the table beside you. Okay, so you didn't show anybody. Nothing, you kept it to yourself. Just look at me, take my hand. It's okay, the other hand. Okay, just look at me. Okay, in your mind, I want you to repeat the first letter of your word over and over, like an echo, right? So here we go. You ready for this? So just repeat the first letter, do that now. It's like D. D. It's not a D, right? You did almost choose a word with a D at the beginning. I'm kind of getting that. Is there a D in your word? No. What's the first letter?
W.
A W. Because I'm getting like a D or a T sound.
Probably
Does it?
double.
Double. Okay, I guess. I get it. Okay. Cool. Okay, from the first letter, I want you to spell out your word letter by letter, just in your mind, never out loud. Do that now. Stop. That's an E that you just looked at. Yes. From the letter E, I want you to spell out your word letter by letter. Do that now. Stop. You go pretty fast. You just passed another E. That was an L that you looked at. And you just skipped all the way to the end of the word in your mind right now because you were thinking, well, he already knows what my word is. Is that correct? Yeah? But I don't know what your word is. So just can you start from the beginning again and just spell out your word? Do that now. Okay, cool. Sam, this is what I'm getting. I'm hoping that this is correct here. If I split it into two words, would that be okay with you? Because I'm getting it's almost like a double barrel word. Something like this. Sam, for the first time, tell everybody what's your word. Yes. Thank you very much. Everybody, Sam, you get to take that home with you. Thank you. So I'd like to get into something a little bit more personal right now. You look quite intrigued by what just happened. Could you come up and give me a hand? Everybody give her a hand as she comes up. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
What's your name?
Sue Ann.
Sue Ann, okay. So Sue Ann, we've never met before, right?
Not met, no.
And there's nothing written down anywhere. I haven't told you what to think of. You haven't told me what you're going to think of in the next few moments, but you were pretty intrigued by what happened.
Yeah.
And I could see that you wanted to partake with this. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Okay, cool, okay. So Sue Ann, I want you to look out into the audience right now.
Okay.
And I want you to either think of a person or an object in this room or a person or an object in your life. Do that now. Cool. Change your mind. You've changed your mind. Change your mind again.
Okay.
Good. Change your mind again, but this time commit to a thought. Okay, so you've committed to an idea of something. Just look at me, take my hand. Immediately I'm getting that you changed your mind between two different family relatives. You're going to think of your mom, then you're going to think of your dad. Then you changed your mind to an object. And I am getting that there was some sort of love relationship that you wanted to think of, but you didn't want to mention that here tonight. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's
yes.
totally
Okay. So you chose a good friend of yours, and this is a male that you're thinking
It
of.
is, yeah.
In fact, this is definitely not a love relationship because this gentleman doesn't swing your direction. Okay. If that makes sense to you guys. Okay. I'm also getting that this person is not here with us tonight, but I'm also getting a very outspoken, very lively kind of character. I'm also getting that he's quite creative. But not only is he quite creative, he's very analytically minded. He's very clever in the way that he plans things out. Is that correct?
Yeah.
You wouldn't always say it because he's quite, let's say, how do I say this? Flamboyant, and I'm also getting that his attention, he can do many things at once, and because of that you'd think that he's not focused, but in the meanwhile he's actually very focused. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay. I want you to imagine your friend over here in your mind, in fact, round about here. Now, first of all, there's no way that I could have known any of this information, right?
No way.
Okay, it's not on
Is he
Facebook.
still there?
Okay. I want you to just imagine him over here.
Okay.
And we're going to try and go for the name, because all of this, there's no way that I could have known. But if we could get the name,
Yeah.
that would be insane, right?
I'd be so stoked.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So here we go. You ready for this, Joanne?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to imagine your friend over here in your mind. And just in your mind, never out loud, I want you to say hello and say his name. Never move your lips. You might want to push them together. Okay? So you're going to say hello and you're going to say his name.
Okay.
You ready? We're going to do that now.
Cool.
So you'd say hello, Walter.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Everybody, Suzanne, you were fantastic. So I'd like to show you. I'd like to show you how one of you can do exactly the same thing that I just did, a little bit differently. And the reason why I showed you what I just did is because I believe that we all have these abilities. So who of you believe that it's possible to read minds? Do you believe in the slightest that this may be possible? Yeah. Well, nice to meet you. What's your name? Pete, you can come stand over here for me, please. And just over here on this step, Pete. So you're going to face me just like this. And I want everybody behind you to be able to see what you're going to do in just a moment. You're going to take this pad and you're going to take this marker. And I'm going to think of a 3-digit number, and I'm going to send that number through to your mind one number at a time. Each time I want you to go with the first number that comes into your head. Don't think about it too much, just go with the first number each time. You're going to give space for 3 numbers across, and you're going to write each number large. So if you wrote number 2, you'd write it like that. So everybody at the back can see. Make sense? And I'm not saying I'm going to think of number 2. And for those of you who think that I might be cheating somehow, you can really honestly look around the room, make sure that nobody's giving me any signals of any sort, okay? So Pete, you're going to hold the pad like this. You're going to take this marker. At the end, you're going to show them your number, and hopefully our numbers match. I'm going to write, so I'm going to write down my number here. I'm going to send that number through to your mind, and hopefully our numbers match at the end. Does that sound cool? Okay. I mean, if this happens, this would be insane. Okay, so Pete, you're going to hold the pad like this, so I can't see. And Pete, I'm getting that you have a number in your head already. Can you just wipe that out of your mind for me, please? No, don't write it down. Just wipe it out of your mind.
Can I have a number in my head?
No, just clear your mind for now, because you're going to read my mind. I'm not going to read yours, okay? So if you're thinking of anything right now, those are your thoughts. And it's really important that when I send it to you, that you just listen to my thoughts. And we go like that, all right? Otherwise, you're going to have your numbers. So just hold the pad like that, and I just want you to relax. And remember, just write it nice and large each time. Okay, so keep your mind clear. Okay, so Pete, I've got a number. I'm going to leave my marker right over here. So just so you know, first of all, none of you could see what I wrote down. Okay, that's important. And you can see what I wrote down. That's very important. So Pete, none of my numbers are 0, and there's no repetition of numbers like 111 or 222. Does that make sense? And there's no sequence like 123 or 246 or 579. That makes sense, right? So Pete, this is a very random number and a very difficult number, and I've made it difficult, so if you get this wrong, it's okay. But Pete, if you get this correct, this will be flipping unbelievable. So you ready for this? Mm-hmm. Okay, here comes the first number, Pete. Just listen to my thoughts. Whatever you got, write it down. Here comes the next number. You just wrote down one number, right? Okay, so it's a single digit each time. Here comes the next number. Oh, wait. Okay, just make sure that you got it. Got it? Okay, here comes the last number, Pete. You seem to be getting this very clearly. I hope that our numbers match. Here comes the last one. Yeah. Okay, here's the last one. Just listen. So Pete, I have no idea what you wrote, but if your number matches mine in any way, like even if you got 2 numbers out of 3, this would be insane, right? Because this is literally a number between 100 and 1,000. So Pete, if you got this, my number was 485. That's unbelievable. Most people get 2 numbers out of 3. You got all 3 numbers. Everybody, Pete, thank you so much. I'll take that off your hands right now. And let me get that for you. You get to keep that. Thank you so much. So you guys have been so fantastic. I would like to show you something that's quite close to my heart, something that I've been doing for the past 2 or 3 years. And I believe that we're all energetically connected. Do you all believe that? Yeah. So I'll give you a few examples of this. And if you've experienced this in your life, please raise your hands. Have you ever finished somebody else's sentence or knew what the other one was going to say before they said it? Yeah. Or maybe you thought of somebody, you were about to call them and they were calling you in return. Maybe you thought of an old friend or work colleague, you haven't seen them in many months or years, and after just thinking about them, you bumped into them somewhere. So I believe that we're all energetically connected in these few ways and many more. So I'm going to give you an example of this here tonight, of how I can connect 2 people's minds, and but it's going to be with your willingness too. So I need 2 people to come up and give me a hand. If there is a boyfriend and a girlfriend, or husband and wife, that would be preferable. Otherwise, we can choose 2 random people. I know that we've used you guys already, and I know that Paul's very excited to come up again. But let's try and choose somebody else. In fact, could you come up and give us a hand? Yes? All right. And do you want to choose a gentleman, any gentleman that you want? You can just point to any gentleman. Somebody over the age of 18, preferably. Yes? Everybody give them a hand as they come up. Nice to have you up here. Jeremy, okay. So everybody, Jeremy and Vicky. Jeremy, you can now take half a step to your right. That's totally fine. And I want you to have a good look at each other right now. I'm going to connect both your minds. So I want you to get a clear idea of what you both look like right now. Okay, mainly just the face, Vicky, so you don't have to check him up and down like that. All right? Okay. It's okay. I know he's a good-looking guy. So, okay, so I want you to have a good look at each other, and you've got a clear idea of what you both look like. Perfect, because in a moment you're going to envision one another in your minds. I want you to face the front, relax your arms by your side, close your eyes. And I want you to imagine a garden path or an entrance to a maze in your minds. And just in your mind, I want you to start walking down that path. Not in reality, just in your mind. As you're walking, just allow yourselves to relax. And you're starting to see the path sway and bend, and you're becoming more and more relaxed. I'm not putting you into a hypnotized state, so please do not go into a trance. I'm putting you into a heightened state of awareness, but also a relaxed state of being at the same time. Keep walking down that path. You're starting to approach a mirror. And Vicky, instead of seeing yourself in that mirror, you're starting to see Jeremy. And Jeremy, instead of seeing yourself in that mirror, you're starting to see Vicky. Just keep it clean, okay? I want you to be aware of every emotion, of every sensation, of every touch. Because in a moment, you're going to feel me touch you. You're going to feel where I touch you, how many times I touch you, and so on. Raise your right hand if you felt me touch you. Perfect. You can lower your hands. Point with your right hand to where you felt me touch you. Go ahead, Jeremy. Where did you feel me touch you? You can point. Excellent, excellent. Now I know it's a little bit uncertain, but just follow my instructions very carefully. I want you to extend your arms out to the side for me, please. So just your right arm, Vicky, that's totally fine. So Jeremy, it's really important that you keep focusing on Vicky in that mirror. Point to where I just touched you. Go ahead, Jeremy. Excellent. You're doing great. Lower your hand all the way down. Okay. Jeremy, just keep looking at Vicky in that mirror, okay? Just keep looking at Vicky and be aware of every sensation. If you felt me tickle you right now, where did you feel me tickle you? Did you feel like a scratch or anything like that? Okay, very, very good. Excellent, excellent. Lower your hands. You guys are doing great. Keep looking in that mirror, Jeremy. Keep looking at Vicky, but just keep your eyes closed, all right? Just keep your eyes closed. And just point to where I just touched you. Excellent. Lower your hands. Vicky, instead of seeing Jeremy, you're starting to see yourself. Jeremy, you're starting to see yourself instead of seeing Vicky. I'm going to count backwards from 3 to 1. You're going to open up your eyes and feel refreshed. 3, 2, 1. They have no idea. They have no idea what just happened, but you guys are going to tell them, right? Did I touch Vicky? Every single time? Did I ever touch Jeremy? But what happened every time I touched her? He felt it in exactly the same place, right? Now, the really freaky thing is that this effect lasts for about a week. Thank you very much, Jeremy. Thank you so much, Vicky. You're fantastic. Thank you. What just happened to Jeremy and to Vicky is that they were touched by the shadows of their own minds. Thank you very much. I'm Larry Soffer. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys.